everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me, and I am bringing you of course a hosiery review, and today is going to be some tights, and we're going to be looking at a brand that I really like, and I think they actually do some quite unique ranges and designs as well, so super excited to be able to share these ones with you. So the brand is Oroblu, which is a fairly new brand, certainly sort of more predominant in the UK, and it's one I think that I probably tried a couple of years back, or maybe even last year. The years all blend into one nowadays. But I really liked the tights that I had, and then I have some more pairs and I really like those too. So I'm excited to share these. These ones are the Oroblu I Love First Class. They're in the pattern Tweed Sparkly. I have these in a large to extra large, and they are around £21.99, that kind of price mark. So previously these have been from the Tight Spot, which, as you know, is where I get most of my hosiery from. However, these aren't available on the Tight Spot anymore. They're a little bit more limited edition, as it were, now, but you can buy them from Oroblu, and you can also buy them from uktights.com. Just having a quick Google, there are still some other hosiery sites that sell them, so you can still get your hands on them. As I said, you can find them from uktights.com, and they are doing them for £21.99 at the moment. So not super duper cheap, but hopefully you will kind of see why in terms of the quality of them when I open them up. So first things first is the packaging is lovely. We have a bit more of a unique box design with these. You can tell there's sort of a box opening at the top, but it is a sort of paper version of the pattern of the tights completely. So nice and simple, which I really love that kind of simple, elegant look. And then the back again is very clean and very simple, and I really like that. So happy. So I'm going to show you, or we're going to see what it is on the back that we need to look at. So it says they are Tweed Sparkly, and they're at 50 denier. So they could actually be thicker. Lots of patterned kind of tights do generally come thicker, but these are actually quite a nice mix. I think with the different colours in them, it's going to look quite nice. So what does it say here? We've got a few different language translations. It says, a delightful journey through 1930s Europe, starting in Paris and arriving in Istanbul, combining European floral style with Arabic graphic motifs, luxury comfort, and a style that evoke the enthusiasm of first class, its wealth and sophistication. So I think that these might be in a range. So the I Love First Class may be a range of a couple of other products. I'm not actually entirely sure. I think they may have socks that I don't think you can purchase anymore. But a lot of my Oroblus, not all of them, but ones that are more of a design range, have been along a specific theme. So the last couple of pairs that I had previously were an Italian theme, and they were based on designs of certain cities. I have some Roma tights, as you can imagine. It kind of plays on some of the design inspiration from features of Rome and things like that. So I really love that they do that. I don't know, it's just a bit more imaginative and a bit more creative, and I like that. So yeah, nice little story there. And these are 84% polyamide, and they are 12% metallicized fibre and 4% elastane. So interesting, not a lot of stretch to them, but the polyamide might have its own sort of stretch to it if it's quite modern, fingers crossed, because 4% is not the most stretchy. Hand wash only, small to medium, and a large to extra large. So we're all good in theory. I'm well within the size range for actually both of them, so that's great. Recyclable packaging. So let's go ahead and have a little look. Oh, I like these already actually. So they are coming out of the packet now. This is what I really like. So everything here recyclable. I think the packet as well, even the plastic wrap packet, is actually recyclable, which is great. Obviously the cardboard is as well. Now, what I really like is, this actually comes out, they've obviously tried to sort of emulate it, and actually I think they've done a really good job. The colour is slightly different, but actually giving you an idea of the style of the tights, they've done a really good job at previewing it, but also like putting a design on the box to make it look really nice. So I think that all adds to the tights' value of it being, you know, £21. Some are a little bit cheaper generally with the Oroblu, and some are actually a little bit more expensive, but I think it just adds to it. These look gorgeous, actually, really, really gorgeous. So as always, we'll start from the top. It's like a little tights tour. Let me just get them a bit more 3D. So, standard waistband at the top, black. I like that contrast personally because the detail goes from waist to toe. I do like having that little bit of contrast there. And then the sides, again, in the inside have got these little, they're like little ridges. They're very hard to show on camera, I believe. Don't know if you can see it. Maybe from the side you can see a little bit of a ridge there. But they just give you an extra hold around the middle, and they also give you a little bit of extra shaping. It's almost like putting a dart into something, so it's going to fit more around the waist in that curve where it usually goes. So I really love that little bit of detail. And we have got a crotch area, so it's dark black. It hasn't said that it's a cotton gusset, so I'm going to have a little look inside quickly, and I think it should just be, oh no, it is, yeah, okay. It is a bit, oh is it though actually? I think so. It feels like a cotton gusset. It's not on the packaging, but beautifully sewn in, really, really lovely. And in actual fact, the sort of seam inside is really quite nice as well, nice and simple. So gorgeous, gorgeous construction. There does seem to be a really nice amount of stretch, even though it said the 4% elastane there. So that's great. And then I'm going to get in there and show you the feet. But the pattern, just before we get to the feet, is absolutely gorgeous. There's little flecks that I'm looking forward to putting in the light. But I just think it's really lovely mix of kind of colours there. There's not really any sheerness to them, but you kind of feel like there is a sheerness as well. It's sort of like a weird thing. But yeah, there's obviously no reinforcement in the foot area because it's already a 50 denier with a pattern. I think they could have got away with, if they wanted to, have matched it with a black bit of reinforcement, but I don't think it really matters, and it's lovely to have the design going all the way. So I think these, right off the bat, obviously I don't know how they're going to fit, but I think they're really, really gorgeous, and I think that these would be perfect for quite a lot of ways to wear as well. So let's go ahead. I'm going to pop them on and I'm going to show them, and I'm going to tell you what I think. So as you can see, I have the tights on and they are absolutely incredible. I think they are gorgeous. Now I know that pattern tights aren't for everyone, so you know, I'll be saying they're incredible and some of you will be like, whoa, okay, that's like too much for me, not my vibe. But if you like pattern tights, these are absolutely gorgeous. Really, really stunning. So first of all, they were really easy to get on. I didn't have any issues because they're a 50 denier. I felt like I could just sort of pull them up quite simply without having to worry about ripping them or just them being so fine that, you know, a little bit of sort of pulling just, you know, loosens them off or snaps them or something like that. Nice and easy to get on. They fit really well. There's a nice amount of sort of stretch to these, even sort of going a bit further up on the thigh as well. I've still got room here too, which is great because that's usually where they start getting a bit tighter to a point where there actually isn't any. I'm not able to sort of grab any material and move it about. So really, really good. These do go up to, I think, is it 5'10"-ish, something like that. So there's a good amount of scope there too in terms of height. Large to extra large, do I think that it's pretty accurate? I would say that it's fairly accurate, yes. I think it depends, again, always depends on your height and that sort of relativity to your size. I think potentially, no, I think these would actually be fairly true to size. I think you could be a sort of size 16 and these would be fine. A size 18, I think it would again depend on your height there. So take a look at the size guide. It's really useful. If you're in the UK, it's a really useful size guide. There's no sort of weird hip size in centimetres and leg length and things like that. It's just your weight and your height, I believe. So yeah, but let's just take a look at how gorgeous these actually are. So it said 15%, I believe it was 15% of the metallic fibres, and you can really sort of tell, I'm quite lucky that the sun's coming out at the moment, you can really tell, and it's actually really beautifully distributed. So I'm going to show you the foot. Now the foot didn't have any reinforcement in, if you remember, because it didn't really need it, quite frankly. But as you can see, the pattern all the way onto the toes. They fit really nicely around the feet. I've got obviously a little bit of give around the arch, things like that, but it fits comfortably around the ankle too. But the sparkle in the sun, if I just sort of really slowly rotate that, hopefully, and do a little bit of movement, you're going to sort of see that picking up. The sparkle is just incredible. It is actually a lot, but not too much, if that makes sense. I think because of the distribution of it, it's almost quite sort of sporadic but uniformed at the same time. I think it just works really, really well. Beautiful. I love these. I think they're stunning. Manufactured really well. The waistband's really comfortable. The seam actually at the front and the back, the way that's been sewn as well, it's really fine. So you have a really fine, almost invisible seam at the back and the front. It's just sort of like a really fine black line. But yeah, I mean, look at them. They are just gorgeous. I think they are perfect for a collector, and if you are a hosiery collector, I would highly, highly recommend them. In actual fact, if you're a hosiery collector and you haven't tried Oroblu before, then I am strongly urging you to do so. There is a large collection on the tightspot.com. New styles, some slightly older ones, so you can go and check them out for sure. And you can use my code Langford for 10% off as well. But yeah, if you haven't tried Oroblu before, definitely do so, because these are stunning. Not only are they really unique, they're also really well made, really well sized, really well sort of manufactured, as you can see. Even at the sort of highest point there, it's not super duper stretched. It's just, yeah, it's really lovely. And I think that you could wear these for kind of a variety of things, really. I think you could probably wear them for work purposes. Obviously, if you're in a really specific formal area and it's black only, but I think you could get away with these for workwear if you're in a slightly more flexible office. I think these are really good for an everyday, autumn, spring, if you're somebody that likes to wear tights and skirts and maybe like little tweedy suits and things like that. And also, I think you could put these on with a black dress or a black skirt and top set and have these for a bit of an elegant night out look. So there's so much you can do with these. I love them. I'm going to give them a 10 out of 10. There's no issues here for me. They fit beautifully. They're really well constructed. They look gorgeous. All of those detail points. And the packaging is really beautifully done as well. Yes, $21.99 is quite a lot more for a pair of fashion tights, but I think when you put on a pair of tights and know that you're going to be able to put them through the wash or hand wash them, and you're going to be able to wear them multiple times, then it's definitely worth the investment for something a bit different too. These are definitely the kind of tights where people would be like, oh, I've never seen tights like that, where did you get them from? So yeah, 10 out of 10 from me. If you want to check them out, as I said, there's lots and lots of new designs as well on the tightspot.com. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Are pattern tights your thing, or do you prefer more neutral kind of designs? But let me know what you thought anyway of these. And if you tried Oroblu before, let me know as well. And if you haven't, let me know if this review has encouraged you to go and check them out. But that's going to be it from me, and I'll see you soon for another review. Bye.